Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Guys and Magic. This is Hunter and Shane. Set up, Shane.
What's up, nerds?
We are back doing the $100 backup upgrade to counterintelligence. That's right, it's the new Precon from Edge of Eternities. I'm very excited for this one, Shane. How about you?
Beyond excited. This set smashed out of the park.
Yeah, this is a really cool set. Artwork, mechanics, everything, slam dunk, in my opinion. But, Shane, this is the backup upgrade, so we will be talking about Kilo. If you guys wanted to see the face, it's over on our YouTube already there, just hanging out. But Kilo, Shane, before we get started, I just want to remind everybody to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already, so you're staying up to date with everything else that we got putting out. But talk to me. What is Kilo Apogee mind, and what does the deck want to do now that he's at the helm?
Well, what Kilo wants to do is proliferate like crazy. It's a blue, a red, and a white for a 3/3 legendary artifact creature, Robot Artificer. It's got haste and it says whenever Kilo becomes tapped, proliferate. Just a super, super easy way to proliferate in your command zone. Really cheap, really efficient. Either you have to attack with them or tap them in any other kind of way to proliferate. This deck is going to just be focusing on making things grow like crazy.
I am so here for that. Like you said, just attacking with him. You're going to be proliferating, stationing, crewing, just proliferate, proliferate, proliferate. It makes sense. I'm so here for that. But let's go ahead and get started, Jane. Let's talk about these additions. First and foremost, it looks like we're adding in some brand new cards from this set into this.
We are, just like in the Face Commander, there's some new things that I really wanted to add. Pretty spicy. First one is Dawnsire's Sunstar Dreadnought. 5 mana for legendary artifact spacecraft. It's got station, and whenever it has 10 or more charge counters on it, whenever you attack, Dawnsire deals 100 damage to up to one target creature or planeswalker. And if it has 20 or more charge counters, it has flying, and it's a 20/20 creature. It's just like an overkill nuke, basically. We want to get this with as many charge counters as possible, swing in, nuke anything on the board, and then it's just a 20/20 dealing damage, dude.
Yeah, this is an overkill on a stick almost, right? Like you're dealing 100 damage to a creature that's probably gonna kill it if it doesn't have indestructible.
Yeah. Plus it's the spacecraft, so it's super spicy in the deck.
Perfect.
Speaking of spacecraft, we're adding one more in this one. The Sarima is 1 and 2 white for a legendary artifact spacecraft. When it enters, search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. It also has station. And at 7 plus charge counters, it has flying. It's a 5/5 creature. Other tapped legendary creatures you control have indestructible. Pretty spicy here. It can go and grab you. There are a couple different legendary creatures you might care about in this deck. And then when it is a creature, protecting your proliferator when it's tapped, really important.
I was gonna say, I mean, Kilo can tap itself into this station, and then once this has 7+ counters, it's like every time Kilo taps, it's like, well, now it's indestructible.
Yeah. So people can go to be like, I'm going to remove Kilo. And then you're going to be like, oh, in response, I'm going to tap him. Oh, look, he has indestructible now. I'm also throwing in Virulent Silencer, 3 mana for an artifact creature, a robot assassin. It's a 2/3. Whenever a non token artifact creature you control deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison counters. Once again, the face commander, I didn't want to heavily only focus on poison and toxin and all that, whatever. I know I could have with this commander very easily, but I just wanted to do a little splashy splash. So this card, it could kill you. It couldn't. Who knows? Maybe you won't even draw it, but I like to throw it in there.
Yeah, just 1 out of 100. You're not a full poison deck, so if you draw
No,
it, it's a whole new game at that point.
it's a whole new game, dude. The last creature I'm going to be throwing in is a new one as well. It's Manam, the right hand. It's 3 and 2 blue for a legendary creature, Jellyfish Advisor. It's a 3/4. It's got flying. It says you may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast artifact spells from the top of your library, and artifact creatures you control have tap, add a blue, spend this mana only to cast spells from anywhere other than your hand. That's pretty cool. This is a good way to tap your commander to proliferate, and then just being able to get so much more advantage off top of your library. Really strong, dude.
Yeah, you can also, if your spacecrafts aren't crewed yet, tap them for mana too.
Very true.
Let's move on to some older creatures, Shane.
Definitely. Well, if you're going to be playing with proliferation and artifact creatures, I think anything with Arcbound in the name might be pretty helpful for you. I'm putting in Arcbound Javelineer. It's 1 white mana for a 0/1 artifact creature soldier. You could tap it, remove X 1/1 counters from Arcbound Javelineer. It deals X damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Modular 1. This is really good utility because it's going to come in with that 1 counter, and then you're going to probably proliferate like crazy. And then it'll be super easy to just kind of, nuke some down to remove a card. I know I removed a couple of cards from the base commander that said, I don't like nuking my creatures down to draw cards, but this can help you open up from blockers and attackers, and I think this is really strong.
Yeah, this is a very cool card. Easy include.
And then I kept saying Arcbound's good. Arcbound Ravager, 2 mana. Artifact creature beast. It's a 0/0. Sacrifice an artifact, put a 1/1 counter on Arcbound Ravager. Modular 1. Once again, it comes in with that 1 counter. If you need to, you can sacrifice stuff, but you might not even really need to. It's just going to be a really huge creature. And then if you do need to, like, block, you can sacrifice stuff after you block and then put the counter on this guy.
Yeah, easy. Modular is a fantastic kind of thing for this deck.
Yeah. Well, we're playing with counters, and I know this card is super strong. So Polywog Prodigy, 1 and a blue for a 1/3 creature, frog, wizard's going in my deck. It's got Evolve, and whenever an opponent casts a non-creature spell with mana value less than Polywog Prodigy's power, draw a card. This will start small and grow big very quickly, to the point where I think anytime anyone casts anything that's not a creature, you'll draw a card.
Yeah, Polyweb Prodigy, one of the kind of easy includes, especially when you're proliferating, you're going to be drawing a lot of cards.
Yes. And then lastly, we're throwing in Walking Ballista, XX for a 0/0 artifact creature construct. This creature enters with X 1/1 counters on it. You can pay 4, put a 1/1 counter on this creature, remove a 1/1 counter from this creature. It deals 1 damage to any target. This is the one I was talking about in the face where we can make this card super big, and then just like the Javelineer, remove some counters to get rid of stuff, or even better, you can ping face. So you can make this super big, swing in for damage, and then remove counters afterwards and kill somebody.
Yeah, it's a very easy thing to do with Walking Ballista. Like, oh, by the way, you're only at 10 life, you're now dead.
True.
But that looks like it's it for the creatures. I'm seeing one single edition of an instant.
It's so good. And I know I just said I only put the 1 instant of poison. I might have lied a little bit. I'm putting in Prologue to Phyresis, 1 and a blue for an instant. Each opponent gets a poison counter, draw a card. So this is a really easy way to get everyone to have just 1 poison counter. And then we'll just proliferate a billion and then you're dead.
Easy, right?
It's 1 of 99, so now there's 2 ways to get poison, but that's it.
Yeah, this one is a little bit easier to start the poison train than having that other
Yeah.
one on the board and swinging in. Just
Yeah.
2 mana. Everyone gets 1 poison counter. We'll start the train.
Yep.
I like it. I'm here for poison. But Shane, that looks like the only addition for the instance. We're moving back into the permanents. We got more artifacts.
We're going to be still kind of an artifact deck, so yeah. Etheric Amplifier is going in this as well. 3 mana for a artifact. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color. You can pay 4, tap it, choose 1, activate only the sorcery. Double the number of each kind of counter on target permanent. Double the number of each kind of counter you have. Once again, really great way to make something huge. Maybe you have just one of those creatures you've been proliferating to make, 10, 5, 10, whatever counters. Tap this and just double it again. Like, it might not be at instant speed, but it's a really easy way to make something huge.
Like Walking Ballista. That would be a fun one.
Like walk, exactly. I'm also putting in Paradise Mantle. 0 mana for an artifact equipment. Equipped creature has tap, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. Equip cost of 1. This is just a really easy way to throw this on your commander, and now you don't have to put him in harm's way. You can just tap him, make a mana. If you don't want to, station to anything, tap him, make a mana, proliferate. Pretty good there.
Yeah, that's a super easy way to start getting your commander tapped.
And you will see something a little bit later in the enchantment department. This deck does have a couple infinite combos. It's not going to be infinite combos that are like, wow, you just win the game immediately. But there are some infinite proliferation combos, and Paradise Mantle's one of the pieces. Another one I'm throwing in is Relic of Legends. 3 mana for an artifact. Tap it, add 1 mana of any color. Tap and untap a legendary creature you control. Add 1 mana of any color. Just like the Mantle, another good way to tap your commander, proliferate, make a mana. You don't have to swing, you can be safe with it. Really good. And just like the Mantle, it is also a piece. of an infinite combo. So once again, I have a couple pieces in here. There's no way to search for them. If you get them, you can have fun and proliferate a million times.
Wow, Shane, the infinite combo guy.
The last artifact I'm throwing in is Unwinding Clock. 4 mana for an artifact. Untap all artifacts you control during each other player's untap step. Just a great way to be like, hey, all my stuff that I tapped, either attacking you or stationing you, now they come right back up. Because, that's the one downside. Whenever you station or obviously attack, you can't block and you can't do anything else. So now you can.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. But you alluded to some enchantments also going in. Looks like the final two additions. What are we adding?
We are. And I did mention that they're part of a infinite combo, but let's just say without the combo, these are still really strong because either way you can have them untap your commander to proliferate again. But I'm getting ahead of myself. This first one is Freed from the Real. 2 and a blue for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. You could pay a blue, tap enchanted creature, or you could pay a blue, untap enchanted creature. So it's really easy there. The whole thing you're going to be doing here is if you do in fact have the combo, anything that'll tap your commander producing a blue, you can then just use this enchantment to untap your commander with that blue, and then tap your commander again to make a blue, untap your commander. So you see what's going on here?
Do you see what's going on? You just tap, 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 tap. Proliferate, 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 proliferate. Yeah, that's a way to win.
Hey, and it's specifically with your commander. It's very on theme with it. There's no way to search this up.
Mm-hmm.
You just get it if you get it, and even if you get this without the other piece, I think it's still pretty strong to only pay 1 blue, untap your commander again. You know what I mean? Like that's just good.
Yeah.
And then similarly, we're adding Penman's Aura. It's 1 and 2 blue for an enchantment aura. Enchant creature. You could pay a blue, untap enchanted creature. You could pay a blue, enchanted creature gains flying until end of turn. You could pay a blue, enchanted creature can't be the target of spells or abilities this turn. Or you can just pay 1, enchanted creature gets +1, -1, or -1, +1 until end of turn. A lot of flexibility there. You could pick any of them, obviously. If you do have the combos in your hand, like I said before, you'll just be tapping your commander for the blue, untapping it, tapping it, untapping it. But even if you don't have that, just giving it flying will be cool. Being able to not target from spells or abilities would be cool. Like, there's a lot going on here, not only the combo. So I like this card a lot.
You're taking after Steven with all these combo pieces, huh?
No, I'm not. See, Steven brute forces combos. I make them flavorful.
Okay, fair. Well, let's go ahead. Is that it? Is that all the additions to this deck?
That's it.
Okay, perfect. It's time to start making some chops, some cuts out of this deck. So first and foremost, Shane, what are the creatures that we're removing to make room for all those new cards?
You might see some similar cuts from the face, but Angel of the Ruins, still a bad card in my opinion. 5 and 2 white for an artifact creature, Angel, 5/7. It's got flying. When this creature enters, exile up to 2 target artifacts and or enchantments. Plain cycling of 2. Just don't like it still. Heavy. Don't like the ability. It's gonna be cut.
Nah, get it gone.
Nah. I'm also getting Core Tapper. It is 2 mana for a 1/1 mirror artifact creature. You can tap it, put a charge counter on target artifact. Sacrifice this creature, put 2 charge counters on target artifact. It's a good way to get some charge counters. I get that. We might not be super heavy on the charge counters now just because we're not having our spacecraft in the command zone. So you might not even draw anything that cares about charge counters. So I'm just going to cut it for that reason. I'm also cutting Emery, Lurker of the Lock. 2 and a blue for a Merfolk Wizard, 1/2, legendary creature. Affinity for artifacts. Also says when it enters, mill 4 cards. You can tap it, choose a target artifact card in your graveyard. You may cast that card this turn. I get that you're getting some recursion from the graveyard, but the fact that this is dumping things into your graveyard, I don't really care enough. Like, this is basically saying, unless it was something that died that you want to get back, you're just putting it there to then cast from there. Just seemed kind of weird to me. I didn't like it.
Yeah, I like Emery in other kind of builds. This is more about proliferation and getting your artifacts just big. And Emery
Yeah.
is more of a, hey, we care just about artifacts, period.
Yeah. These next couple are going to look a little weird. I feel like I had to make some cuts for the bigger, cooler things that I'm adding into the deck. So Etched Oracle is still going to get the cut from the face and here. 4 mana, artifact creature wizard 0/0. Got that sunburst, so it enters with a 1/1 counter on it for each color you spent to cast it. You could pay 1, remove 4 1/1 counters on this creature. Target player draws 3 cards. It's good card draw. Like I said before in the other video, I just don't think I like it. Even with the proliferation in my command zone, the things I'm adding, I think, are just a little bit better. But if you like these cards, please keep them. I'm just going to cut them out of my build.
A lot of bit better.
A lot of bit, little bit, a lot of bit, yeah. Same thing goes for Mindless Automaton. 4 mana for a artifact creature construct 0/0. This creature enters with 2+1/+1 counters on it. Pay 1, discard a card, put a 1/1 counter on this creature. Remove 2 1/1 counters from this creature, draw a card. It's kind of like the last one, but slower and littler draw. I just don't think I need these right now, honestly. And then the last creature I'm cutting out of here is Thought Monitor. It's 6 and a blue for an artifact creature construct. It's a 2/2. Affinity for artifacts. Thank goodness it has that line. It's got flying, and it says whenever this creature enters, draw 2 cards. If it didn't have affinity for artifacts, this card would be just like a super easy cut. I did kind of struggle with this because I get that hopefully this will be cheaper and you can draw 2. But once you draw the 2, it's kind of just like just a 2/2 with flying, and I'm not here for that.
Yeah. The ceiling is 1 mana for a 2/2 flyer that gives you 2 cards. The
That's true.
floor is 7 mana for a 2/2 flyer that draws you 2 cards.
It's not good.
Rough. But that looks like all the creatures you're cutting. I do see some artifacts you're also getting removed.
We are going to cut some artifacts. Weird, I know, in an artifact deck. A lot of these are rocks, though, and I added some rocks, and I added a lot of ways to make mana, and I just don't think we need these anymore. So, Empowered Auto Generator is 4 mana for an artifact. This artifact enters tapped. You can tap it, put a charge counter on this artifact, add X mana of any one color where X is the number of charge counters on this artifact. I get that can grow with proliferation. That seems really cool, but it's 4 and enters tapped. And so the point that you need these mana producers, like, do you still need them? I don't know. The other ways I'm adding to make mana and to do the thing, I think it's doing it a little more efficient than this card. I'm also going to be cutting Golem Foundry again, just like the Face Commander. It's 3 mana for an artifact. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may put a charge counter on this artifact. Remove 3 charge counters from this artifact. Create a 3/3 colorless Golem artifact creature token. Didn't really like it last time. Even with proliferation, like I said, I don't think this is still really worth it for me. We're just making a bunch of little 3/3s that I don't really want. I'm doing so many better things with stuff I added. Another one I'm cutting is Pentad Prism. 2 mana for an artifact. It's got Sunburst. And you can remove a charge counter from this artifact, add 1 mana of any color. This one's super weird because you're only removing charge counters here to make the mana. There's no tapping or anything, so I get that the proliferation should hopefully keep it up, but at that rate, I just don't like. Once you remove all of them, there's no way to easily put a charge counter back on this thing because we're not playing with the spacecraft anymore. And then the last one I'm cutting is Soul Guide Lantern for 1 mana artifact. Whenever this artifact enters, exile target card from a graveyard. You can tap it, sacrifice this artifact. Exile each opponent's graveyard. We could pay 1, tap it, sacrifice this artifact, draw a card. I still don't like it. I didn't like it in the one in the Face Commander. Don't like it for this one. It's decent, but I just don't like it in my build, so I'm cutting it.
Yeah, all these artifacts make sense to get cut. Just what you've added is just, I would say, so much better than these cards.
Yeah.
It's very simple and to the point. Swap those out, put the ones you added in.
Yep.
But moving on to some non-permanent spells, looks like 1 sorcery, 1 instant that you were removing.
There were, I want to say, 3 different board wipe-esque things in this deck. I don't really want that many, so I'm going to cut Fumigate, which is one of them. 3 and 2 white for sorcery. Destroy all creatures. You gain 1 life for each creature destroyed this way. This is kind of indiscriminative, so we'll kill your stuff too. I know you get that life, but like, I don't like having so many board wipes. I mean, some people like board wipes. I'm not one of those people. I'm cutting it.
It's very interesting they added Fumigate here. Usually Fumigate's added into a precon that cares about life gain. I don't think your deck cares at all.
No, not really. I'm keeping the board wipe that's way better for you too. The one that only kills non-artifact creatures. So you don't really care about Fumigate. I'm also cutting Pull from Tomorrow. X and 2 blue. Instant. Draw X cards, then discard a card. That could be a pretty good sync. I get that. Could card drop. I get that. I think I've been saying this for the past couple of videos, but the amount of card draw already in this deck is really strong. So I'm going to just cut one of them. This is the one I choose to cut. If you don't want to cut it, feel free not to cut it, but I'm going to cut it out of my build.
Yeah. Pull from Tomorrow I've never been a huge fan of, but if you've got ways to make a ton of mana, then Pull from Tomorrow is your favorite friend.
Yep.
And finally, Shane, we didn't see you add any lands, but we are cutting some.
Since this is a backup commander, I feel like we had to add a little more love to support that guy. So I didn't really get around to adding the lands, but once again, 40 lands starting with the deck, crazy. So we're just going to chop that down to 37, which I think is way better. We're getting rid of Lonely Sandbar, Secluded Steppes, and Skycloud Expanse. They're all really bad lands in my opinion. The first two, Lonely Sandbar and Secluded Steppes, always enter the battlefield tapped. They tap for just one color, a blue and a white. And then they have cycling. You can pay the blue, cycle it, or pay the white, cycle it. They're not that good. Just put in another basic if you want. And then Skycloud Expanse only taps if you can pay into it, which I always have to think about later in the game. I hate it. I'm just cutting it.
If this is your opening hand and you had all three of these lands, I would be so upset.
You're just crying.
Just crying. My turns are gonna be so slow. But
Yeah,
Shane, is that it? Is that the additions and the cuts for this build of counterintelligence?
that's it, man.
Okay. Well, we saw all the prices on the cards that you added. As a reminder, these are the pre-order prices as we're recording this video. What is the total amount of money you spent on all those cards?
At the time of recording, you're going to be coming out to just about $98. And with 4 cards from the new set, those could be in flux, either higher or lower, because some of those cards are pretty good. So expect some fluctuations going on here.
Yeah, that's perfectly fine. And like I said, we're pre-order prices, so expect a lot of things to go down. So these editions might get cheaper. But Shane, one more question before we wrap things up. I have seen you at our own personal play table bring a deck about proliferation to the table before. Kilo, when I first saw it spoiled, was very like, oh my god, that's Shane's card. How do you feel about Kilo, Apogee Mind, and the deck as a whole?
I think it's fantastic. I think that this deck is a little more structured towards the spacecraft, honestly, which is fine. It's Face Commander. I think Kilo, if I'm going to be completely honest, I probably would make this into a whole deck tech just because you could make it so crazy. But with what you got out of the box, I think these additions are going to really bolster the deck, make you have a lot of fun. And Kilo, Chef's Kiss. I would 100% play with this card. Like you said, I do have a proliferation deck, and my commander in that deck is actually in this deck in the Precon. So really cool, really strong.
Yeah, you're alluding to Techathal, which
Techathal, yeah.
is crazy that it's in this precon already.
Yeah.
But that's going to do it for us today. If you guys liked that video, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. If you guys wanted to check out this entire deck list and play test it yourself, once again, link in the description. Check it out, play test it. While you're in the description, you'll find links to all of our social media accounts. Follow us on those as well. And hey, comment down below. Did you agree with these ads? Maybe you disagreed with something. Always hear your guys' opinions. It makes us better deck builders for the future. And on the screen right now, those are all of our Patreon subscribers. Thank you guys so much for your added support. If you guys wanted to check out what they're seeing, which includes early access content like this video right here, they got to see this video a whole week early. Check it out. Link in the description. Consider subscribing. And a very special shout out to our Gains Indestructible tier, starting with Aaron Hill,
Aaron Martin,
Brian Ganella,
Daryl Tripp,
Demarion Turner,
Dr.
Yasminder Pabla,
Jimmy Ward,
Jay Pizzle,
Kevo,
Larry Killian,
Samuel Abbott,
Thrifty PSGR.
and William Colombo.
You guys are awesome. Appreciate every single one of you. And until the next video, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Peace.
Bye-bye.